campfire. No, that's just from the smoke from my campfire. Okay. Alright. Our chicken. Oh, we actually have some more chicken. Very nice. Meal. Oh, I just got hit by a down. It's time to go to bed. Did our crafting finish up? Oh, we have a whole double chest of polished deep slate. Wow. What a... zombie. What a fruitful week of mining it's been. With that, I'm almost done. I need to get one more shulker box of cobbled deep slate in the morning, and then we can start preparing to head back home. So let's go to sleep. Good morning. Oh, I'm hungry. Let's have a chicken for breakfast. Turn on our... Did we get any chickens? We did not, unfortunately. We'll leave it running while we're down in the mine, and maybe we'll have a chicken or two in there to cook when we get back. We have enough on us for now, though. Okay. We have an empty shulker on us. Let's go down in the mine. That rotten flesh from the zombie we killed last night. Oh, I put my shulker down. Welcome to what I've called Scalloped Gulch Cave. Scalloped Gulch Cave is a very large cave system in a lush cave biome. And as you can see, it extends all the way to the surface. We're also surrounded by bamboo. That's kind of unique. We're in a jungle biome as well. So let's go down in the cave, go to our deep slate mine. We were originally out on this expedition mining for deep slate ores and lush cave things. So moss, mossy carpet, azalea bushes, glowberries, things like that. Spore flowers. These lily pad things, I forgot what they're called. Let's work our way down into the cave. We also mined a lot of clay on this expedition. I think I went the wrong way. No, I didn't. I just didn't go far enough. It was mining in a different part of the cave yesterday. Okay, yes, here we go. This is where we need to be. We need to come out over here. And then come to the bottom of this water. A deep slate pocket we've carved out. So let's go ahead and start mining this. We'll put our shulker box down. And when we fill the shulker and our inventory, we go home. So as you guys can see from my my days played counter, I'm almost 2,000 days into my very first Minecraft world. Like, I guess my very first serious Minecraft world. I bought Minecraft shortly after the original game launched. I remember what we paid for it back then. It was like $10 or maybe it was $20. I don't remember. It was something really cheap. I bought it to play with my buddy Joe. I was in my, I guess I was in my maybe early 20s, mid 20s, something like that. My buddy Joe played this game a lot, and I played it a few times with him, and then life got in the way, and then later in life, when my nephew was born, a few years later, he started playing Minecraft with me. I would say that's right around the time Minecraft Pocket Edition first came out for Android. I remember we started playing on a tablet, on a Samsung or LG tablet that I had at the time. And then we moved to my PC, and we played on PC for a little bit, maybe once or twice a month, maybe 2 times, 3 times a month when he would come over. And that was, you know, kind of it. I didn't really play it myself. I was more of a Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 guy back then. We played a lot of Battlefield Bad Company, games like that. But my friends and stuff, we were just first-person shooter guys. We never really played survival games or sandbox games or open world games or anything like that. I was the wildest one of the bunch by playing, you know, Skyrim and games like Oblivion and stuff like that. But I never got into Minecraft. And then earlier this year, I was working at my dream job. I'm not going to say the name of the company or what I was doing, but it was my dream job. It's something I've done my whole life. I've built myself up to the position I was in. It was in the tech world, and I got laid off. When I got laid off, I thought, well, this has happened before. I'll just find a new job fairly quickly. And a couple months went by. Quickly did not happen. I'd sent, I guess by month 2 or 3, I'd sent almost 200 job applications and resumes out. I have friends who are hiring managers, but they're not hiring. Or they're not hiring for people at the level I am, so I lowered my standards, and I still could find no work. So I started getting depressed, and I needed something to do to take my mind off things. So I started playing Minecraft. Doing little freelance work to support myself here and there. I played a lot of Minecraft at night. And that turned into playing a lot of Minecraft during the day after I would get my job applications in when I didn't have any freelance work available. And I started playing in this world. This was the first Minecraft world I've played in survival mode, I think, ever. So a very long story short, we have a whole series to talk about this from time to time. I fell in love with the game. I'm a maker at heart. I have a woodworking shop. I have a laser cutter. I have all kinds of maker tools to make things, 3D printers, stuff like that. But with not a lot of funds coming in, I don't have a lot of materials to make things with, so I refrain from making a lot of things. And Minecraft fills that void for me. It allows me to build things, to gather materials, to work on things, and craft pretty much anything my imagination desires. So it really has been therapy for me in more ways than one. And I caught myself playing the other day, and I set myself on this silly little journey that I'm on at kind of the tail end of now. I wanted to adventure out into the wild in Minecraft, very far away from my base. And just see how far I could go before I ran out of resources or durability on my materials and my tools and things like that. So here we are. I think I am 140 in-game days or so into this adventure. I have a very nice base set up at in a savanna, in a nice warm savanna. It's actually probably by most Minecraft standards pretty weak, pretty lame, but I think it's pretty amazing. I have a bunch of farms. bunch of automations and crafting stations set up and things that just make me happy. And as I wind down these last few days, I decided that I probably should share this adventure with someone, because I know there's people out there like me that are having a rough time right now. There's layoffs in the headlines every day, and sometimes you just got to find ways to deal with that stress. And Minecraft seems, at least for me, someone who likes to build things and make things and design stuff, it you know, it correlates directly to my job that I had. It really, you know, fills that void for me. So if you're part of the over 40 club and you recently got laid off and you're finding it harder and harder to find work, maybe try playing Minecraft and see what happens. See if it just maybe takes some of that tension off. And if you're not part of that crowd, welcome to my channel. This is the first time I've done something like this, and whether it works or fails, I'm going to keep posting videos until I make it back to my Savanna Villa. And then I'll decide if I no longer want to do this. I hope I still want to do it. Streaming seems like something that would be fun, but I would like to get a series of these videos out first, familiarize myself with the community, the game more, and maybe build a little bit of an audience before I try streaming. But more importantly, I just want to see how long it takes me to make a series of these videos. We're currently about 28 to 30-ish thousand blocks away from my Savanna Villa. You can see we're at negative 19,816 and 91,017-ish. My Savanna Villa is located very near negative 700, negative 200 at sea level in game, so we're quite a ways away. It's a pretty diagonal northeastern trek back to the villa. Between here and the villa is a logging camp I set up around day 500 when I started playing the game. So I think if we can make it to there, we can use a waystone that I have there to warp back to the Savanna Villa. We're going to see waystones along the way. I just want to it's really important that we talk about that for just a second. When we encounter a waystone on the way, we can't activate it because I have a hard rule that we can only have 9 waystones activated at any given time. And I activated my 9th waystone a long time before leaving on this trip, and I forgot to deactivate any of them until I was honestly at this cave. So we can't use a waystone. I don't want to break that rule to get back. We have to travel the full 30-ish thousand blocks back, and I say that because, you know, we're negative 19,818 and then 9,109. So we're basically 30,000 blocks away from home. So it's going to be a long ways. We're not going to use the waystones is what I'm getting at. So it sounds like it's storming. Let's keep mining. Oops. And once we get the shulker box full, I think we'll call it done, because we have 8 or 9 shulker boxes completely full of Deepslate bricks. That was a secondary or maybe even tertiary objective, was to get a lot of Deepslate bricks for a project later on. I figured while I was mining Deepslate ores, I would collect all the Deepslate, cobble Deepslate, and then craft it into Deepslate bricks and bring it back. So that's what we're doing. We're just finishing up. So once we get we'll just say another row or so, we'll head back. I am playing modded I want that to be made clear and upfront that like I'm using a vein mining and tree capacitor combo mod, so I can crouch. Well, there we go. Yeah, I can crouch. And maybe let's go here to this iron, and it's all connected. So I can crouch and use my pick, and it will mine the whole vein for me. That's really just to kind of speed things up for me. When I first started playing, I didn't think I would spend hours a day playing this game like I do. But I've really come to enjoy it. It makes mining trees and farming really quick. I like building more than I do farming. I don't mind farming. I don't mind resource gathering. I played a lot of Rust before this, so I call this farming. So let's finish up this. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more stacks, and we'll call it good. Maybe while we do this, we can talk quickly about some goals. Right now, the only goal is to make it back to the Savanna Villa and give all of you wonderful people out there in YouTube land a view of the very first base I built at 41 years old. My first time playing Minecraft, even though, or I guess playing seriously, even though I've owned the game since its launch. I did it just to support Notch back in the day. It was a big part of the open source community in a hardware way, kind of. Not really in video game design or anything like that, but a lot of open source coding and hardware design stuff. And I thought this game was incredible, and what Notch was doing was just amazing. I bought the game to support him more than to play it. So I want to make it back, but if we make it back and continue on, I have a bunch of farms, I have a gold farm, a drowned farm, a squid farm, stuff like that, iron farms. I'd like to turn those farms into actual monuments or maybe factories, stuff like that. I have a very large, I think it's a 24, I built it with 24, I guess, villagers, a 24 villager trading hall. I have a villager breeder. I have a giant underground laboratory workshop, stuff like that. So I'm excited to show that off. I'm going to show off my redstone, even though my redstone capabilities are meager and a lot of it is from tutorials. I'm still excited to show you what I can do. And maybe you'll like my videos enough to continue watching. So I'm going to finish up this. Little mining session, and I will come back when we head back up through the cave. Ever since the most recent Minecraft update, which is, I don't know how to show you what version I'm on. I go into my settings. Uh, 1.21.122, I guess. There's been a lot of bugs. I've seen, like, I was vein mining, or strip mining, I guess, I guess it was yesterday, and I strip mined Deepslate for about, I don't know, probably 150 to 200 blocks. I'm just looking for Deepslate ores, and I turned around and all the blocks were filled in. so I logged out and logged back in because ChatGPT said that that would fix the problem. When I logged back in, all the Deepslate that I had mined was gone, but it was tuft. It had changed to tuft. I don't know why. I logged out, logged back in, and it was Deepslate again, but when I mined the first piece with my pickaxe, it all went away. So there's all kinds of visual texture glitches and stuff, I guess, right now. Which really sucks because I guess it wasn't like that before now. I guess it wasn't like that, but... You know? Oh, we're full. Let's go put this in our... Is it enough to fill it up? Also, if you haven't figured it out yet, I'm playing on Bedrock Edition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 5 more. And we'll time lapse that so you don't have to sit here and watch me mine 5 more stacks of Deepslate. That's what we're looking for, guys. Aw. No. Is there more? Oh, pokey pokey. There is another one. Yes. Ah, the elusive. The elusive Deepslate diamond ore. Okay, so let's grab Silk Touch. And let's mine those. That's what we came on this whole trip for, and I'll explain more about that later. But really quick, let's mine out this gravel and see. Oh, okay. Can we drop? Yeah, we can drop right there. I don't want gravel at all. Let's get rid of the gravel. You know what, we'll take it up top and leave it in the boxes. Where's our hole? There's our hole. I know I'm going to pick that right back up, but... Okay. Now I'm going to plug that hole so that I don't die later. Do we have 5 yet? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's close enough. Let's grab just the last few. There we go. Alright, let's go up. Up. Oh man, Lush Caves are like one of my favorite places in Minecraft. I'm just gonna come over here for a second and look at this. Look at this place. It's gorgeous. I really like the spore flowers. and the azalea bushes are really nice. I grew up with a giant set of azalea bushes in my front yard. Where I grew up down in the southeastern United States, azaleas almost grow wild. You find them in the woods walking around. I don't think they actually grow wild there, but I think over the years, like, they've migrated into the wild. So this is one of my favorite biomes. I love this. Love that and jungle. I really like savanna biomes too. I know a lot of people don't like savanna biomes, but there's that yellow axolotl. Oh, that's okay. We'll leave him be. We have a long journey, and we have axolotls back at the Savanna Villa. This lush cave goes on and on. Like, it goes down over here and back down. Oh, somebody shot me. You missed. And then it drops down over that way. And it's interconnected in a few different places, and it goes on, and it goes very deep. At one point I found Bedrock. It's one of the deepest, most connected lush cave biomes I've been to. Why did I put stairs there? That seems counterproductive. But I think that's our last trip down into the cave. I think that's gonna be it. Oh. What do you have? So he just brought obsidian from somewhere? Okay. Weird. Let me give you a tour of the little mining camp. So I came in when I found this place. I was exploring. I had a map. We'll look at the map in a minute, but I came in on this side over here. Through this bamboo here. I saw the bamboo and I was like, let's just go check it out. And if you go through the bamboo, there's just there's ocean over there. So I came in on my boat, and this was not like this, but I saw the big cave, and I was like, let's check it out. And when I saw how it's like the scallop shape, I decided this would be a cool place to actually really check out. Mainly because it was a big lush cave, and that was my main objective, but I found the lush cave biome using, I guess, chunk base. But this is a pretty unique one for me. A lot of the caves I see are straight up and down, or they're like, I guess, canyons or gulches. This one's kind of a combo. It's like a cave and a gulch, or a canyon. It like curves over, and then it curves back down into where we were earlier. So I like this. I decided not to destroy this and harvest all this. That was originally what I was doing. Was going through and harvesting, and I think it's pretty unique because I haven't seen one of these. I've probably been in 40 or 50 of these total on this map, and I've never seen one that had the jungle vines intertwined in it. That's pretty unique to me. There are a lot of spawn glitches in this seed, and I'll give the seed out if we make it back to the Savanna Villa. Or earlier if you guys want, and then you can follow along at home, I guess. I don't know if people really do that, but maybe you can let me know. So yeah, if we come down over here, you can see like where we were. It just continues on, and in fact, if you cut your way up through the bamboo over here, maybe my path from before, and work your way back down this way, over in this direction, there's an entirely new lush cave system that's just as big as this, and I think they're interconnected. I just don't know where they connect, and I'll explore that another day, I think. So let's just take let's do the tour. So when I found the place, there was a bunch of black oak trees here and stuff like that. I had this middle map was all I had. I'd been exploring around, and Chunk Base said that there was a pretty big lush cave biome right here. In fact, pretty much this whole corner of the bay right there and all the way over into up here are lush biomes, or lush cave biomes. So I've been exploring this area for 140-ish days or so. I mean, it took me probably 50 days to get here, so I've been exploring for probably 100-ish days, maybe a little less. And I have boxes full of things like, we're full of clay. Not so full of cobbled deep slate anymore because I've been turning it into bricks, diorite, all the things. We even found some amethyst along the way, so I harvested those. Geodes, I usually don't harvest amethyst geodes because I like them, but we're so far away. We'll probably never build anything significant underground up here or explore really those areas again that I got these from. So I harvested the basalt, the amethyst, and the blocks, as well as the calcite. I've got a box of moss, a bunch of moss carpet, drip leaves, small drip leaves, a bunch of flowering azaleas, and oops. And I don't know why that's empty. There should be 4 rows of those. These glitchy things that are happening right now are weird because I've obviously harvested glowstone berries as well, or glowberries. There's no way those are empty, so that's unfortunate. I was really excited about those. I even have one right there that I harvested. Maybe they're in another chest. When I'm packing up to head out, we'll look. And we have not a lot. I didn't collect a lot here. And there's a few camps along the way that I have the coordinates saved for, where I have some things I left behind. Like, we'll probably leave everything in this box behind. But anyway, so the first thing I did when I moved in was I built my little carrot farm. And it was originally an 8x8, and I started growing carrots because I had to have food. Along the way, I picked up 5 chicken eggs, and lo and behold, 2 of the chicken eggs popped into chickens when I tossed them into my little chicken farm here. And then I spent a little bit of time, I bred to 6 chickens, so there are 6 total adult chickens in the back here laying eggs, which feed into the hopper. The baby chickens, the hopper spits the hopper feeds the eggs into the dispenser. The dispenser spits the eggs out, birthing new chickens. I don't remember what the spawn rate is on chickens to get it when you throw an egg, but for the last, I would say 80 or so days, I've gotten about 3, maybe 4 stacks of cooked chicken out of it, which is pretty cool. So, as you can see, the baby chicken spawns on top of the slab. He's not tall enough to get burnt by the lava, but when he turns into an adult chicken, he will be burnt by the lava, cooked, and fed into our barrel right there. I have just a simple bone meal farm. Wow, look at that. That's kind of a cinematic shot. Pretty. This game is so beautiful with vibrant visuals. Then I started journaling, and I remembered on the way into here, there's a little island. That way, maybe a couple hundred blocks, maybe 500 blocks or so, that had a bunch of cows on it. So I went back and got a couple cows, and I bred my cows up for leather. And then I realized I wanted to make books, so I used my sugar cane, or I planted some sugar cane. I harvested some along the way, but it wasn't enough, so I planted some. I built these little waterlogged stair little things to help the sugar cane grow. Or, oh, it's raining. I don't want to get struck by lightning. And then I realized that was before I did the cows. And then when I got back, I realized I needed to breed the cows. So I chopped grass until I got enough grass seed, or wheat seed, I guess, to plant this wheat. And that's how I've been breeding my cows. And then one morning I woke up and there was a pig running around inside here. I don't know where he came from, but I let him up into the cage and I walked around and found another pig that afternoon, which gave us 2 pigs. I haven't bred them because I haven't needed them for food, and I'll probably leave them here when we leave. So that's kind of the outside tour. You can see here I have shulkers. These are shulkers of Deepslate bricks. They're bright green, so I don't lose them when I'm in caves. So usually what I do when I come back from mining is I will come up here, I will dump my cobbled Deepslate into these 2 chests. Let me drop my shulker and do that for you. I'll show you how it works. That's enough to get it going. So if we just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The auto crafter will begin crafting Deepslate. It feeds from there into those hoppers. Those hoppers feed into those barrels. Right now it's just dropping things because the chest is full. But as you can see, those chests feed into hoppers that feed into the auto crafter. Now, I don't have any room in my inventory and I can't stop this. We're going to lose a little bit there, but that's okay. Alright, let's finish our tour. So I originally, like I said, I built the lean-to, just the wood parts of the lean-to with a bed and the farms on the first couple days. Then I went and harvested some jungle logs, built the barrels, and with all the barrels, got them set up. Over time, I was able to get frames in over a few days and got all of my items up on the frames. I built a quick little set of emergency armor in case I died, and I decided that I wanted a map wall. I was going through maps in my inventory. I had a shulker box with maps in it from my explorations, and I wanted a big map wall. So I took all the maps that I'd created of this area over like the last 100 days or so, and I put them up on the wall. Let's just trim those for right now. I also brought a bunch of shulker shells with me. I have a shulker farm, a really efficient shulker farm in the end. I brought an entire shulker full of shulker shells with me, and then I've made some dyed shulker boxes along the way. I'm gonna leave all this here for later. We'll leave this maybe. I have in my ender chest a fully enchanted copper set plus an iron set, and I guess that is important because, as you can see, while I have a bunch of levels, I don't have any way to upgrade my diamond armor right now, and I think we can make it home with this diamond armor, especially if we kill some things along the way and get some XP. Maybe find some coal and stuff to farm. But let's talk about that really quick before we head home. We can't use the Nether for travel. We have to go overworld or at least cave system. You know, we can go through caves, but we can't go to the Nether. We're going to try to make it to the logging camp at negative 4,983, 566. If we get there, there is a waystone we can use to teleport back to my Savanna Villa, which is at negative 700, 200. Or we can choose to walk back. The walk back is pretty cool. I've constructed a trail all the way from the logging camp to the Savanna Villa and started working on a railway system from the Savanna Villa all the way to the logging camp, but I wanted to do some stuff out of Deepslate blocks and some Deepslate ores and things for decorations along the way, and that's kind of why I went on this trek. I called this Expedition 12 for myself. I've been keeping a journal. I'll show you that in a little bit, but yeah, let's so we can't use waystones and we can't use the Nether. So if we enter the Nether for some reason, we have to come back out in the portal that we entered from and leave in the overworld and continue our journey. I would like to take a few side quests on the way home. Maybe we explore a swamp biome. Maybe we explore and find some of the little birds. I forgot what they're called. I haven't seen those yet. I would also like to find a couple villages along the way, and if we find any dead villages along the way, I'd like to collect their bells. Yeah, so is it nighttime? It is. Let's go to bed. I'm standing out here in the rain. We're almost full. We still have a lot of iron to smelt, but we have a really big iron farm back home, so I think we'll leave. We'll take the gold with us and some of the copper, but we'll leave most of that here. Let's go to bed, wake up in the morning, and we'll pack to head out. Okay, we're really hungry. That was a long night with that rain and thunder, but it seems like the storms have moved out and it's a new day. So, eat some chicken. And, ooh, that burnt. Let's look at the cave one more time from here. Like I said, guys, these are my favorite biomes. These slush biomes. Ooh, there's a zombie. 2 zombies. Okay. And this one is particularly like full of azaleas too. I love this one. This is one of my favorites. That's why I left all this intact. I think what we'll do in the future is we won't use this as a mine anymore, but we'll turn this into like a national park. Since this is my forever world, we'll turn this into Scalloped Gulch National Park. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Scalloped Gulch National Park. And this will be a historic site. The mine will be a historic site and a place that travelers can come and stay the night. Maybe we'll add a second bed. So I told you guys earlier I am playing modded Minecraft, and before we get going this morning, I want to talk about that really quick and show you, because you're like, hey, there's a chair. Where did that chair come from? And oh, there's a table. Where did that table come from? And you'll see later on that I can also mine spawners. And you're like, huh, interesting. How does that happen? So let's go into the settings, and I will show you the packs I am running. I'm running Silk Touch spawners. I got Silk Touch spawners from I think CurseForge. I'm running the Owls add-on. I got that from the Minecraft Marketplace. Simple Waystones version 7.3, the light version of it, which only gives you a handful of the Waystones. You don't get 7,000 different. Basically, if you get the full pack, there is a waystone in every single block type in the game. every item type. You can get a glass bottle waystone. It's really weird. So I have the light version. It only allows like polished and chiseled and expensive stones to make. I have Uncrafting items add-on. I use that because I get a lot of drops, like gold swords and stuff I don't want from some of my mob farms. The furniture comes from another furniture add-on. I think these two come from the Minecraft marketplace. I used to have these installed. I removed them when I started this video series, just so we're clear. If you see anything from this in the future, I'm not using these. These are uninstalled. But I find that Silk Touch spawners will be nice, so I don't have to find fortresses or I forgot dungeons or ships, things like that, and travel to them every time I want to mob grind. I can build spawners or like mob grinders for things that like, you know, magma cubes and things like that, blazes and things, using that. So yes, it is modded. The owls add-on, I added it because I wanted owls in the game. I haven't got one as a pet yet. I'm going to go down that whole arc later on. Simple Waystones is to help me. I installed it originally to help me travel to my farms quickly, and then I decided to leave it in and build it in as lore. I love these things, but we're not using them right now. And I said Uncrafting, and that's all I'm doing. If you look at my behavior packs, I have Eddie's. I have those. You've seen those too, but Ed's vein capacitor, which also does tree capacitor, and that's the only extra thing there. So that's it for that. Now let's talk about what we need to do. What I need to do to pack up. I need to open up my ender chest, and we need to pull out some things. So we need to pull out some stuff for food and gardening. So let's see what we have saved up for food. Not a lot. We have a good bit of carrots though, so we'll take a good bit of those. We'll leave behind the bow. And we'll put our carrots in here. That stack of chicken. And we have a stack and a half or so of chicken back here. We'll take those. And we'll take some sugar cane. Take some sugar cane, and I don't think we'll take any wheat because we can get wheat seeds if we need it. We can probably find sugar cane if we need it too, but taking a stack of sugar cane, that won't hurt anything. I would like to get a little more bamboo. I use bamboo for scaffolding. I have scaffolding in my box though, in my builder's box, so we don't need that. Okay, so we have that. We need to get our hoe off the wall over here. This is a very nice hoe. If you guys aren't familiar with quality hoes, this is a quality hoe. Let's finish putting all this up. Is our box of tough full? Our box of tough is full. We'll just put this in the overflow box. Put our Deepslate redstone ore up, and our Deepslate diamond ore, our deepslate iron ore. These blocks are just for decorative purposes for me, guys. So, unfortunately, I was going to fill these 3 boxes up with clay when I got here, but I decided not to since this place was so beautiful. When you remove clay from a lush biome, it usually causes a lot of waterfalls, and the waterfalls break a lot of the other things in the lush biome. The axolotls and the fish and stuff have a hard time doing anything but staying on bottom. So I don't really break the clay unless I'm going to use it for something, or we're not coming back to that lush cave. Like, I mined a couple lush caves completely out to get what I have over here, and this little bit there. So, and then we've used up all the diamonds. We have some maps. Like I said, I had a bunch of maps. But I think that's it. Let's go get our shovel or our hoe off the wall. This is a really nice hoe. It's got Fortune 3, Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 5, and Mending on it. I traded with villagers for a very long time to get those. They've had this hoe since I started the game, and I want to take it with us. This was also my first time attempting to decorate the ground to make it look like it was kind of muddy, kind of full of leaf debris and litter. You know, and I thought some of the leaf debris litter on like the mud blocks and the coarse dirt looks like footprints. So I think it looks fairly nice. I like putting the firefly bushes everywhere because you get these beautiful white fireflies floating around. But yeah, it looks muddy, like it's walked on a lot, like I'm coming in from the mines with muck all over me. You know, I'm walking around in here, and you can see in the areas where I've walked a lot, they've turned into hard-packed pathways. You know, there's some vines creeping in from outside. You know, I'm not a builder yet, but I think I'm learning. I think I'm getting there. Wow, there's an owl near here. I hear the owl. He must be on top up there. I hear him making his little whining sound. The owls really whine. It was a really bad, like, part of this. That was a really bad part of the owl mod. Is the screech owls are some of them sound really hooty, but others make a really high-pitched whining noise. Okay, so I don't know where that owl is. I keep hearing him whine. Okay. We have our food situation fairly well set. Now, what do we have room to take out of here? We need a shulker box for our deepslate ores. So let's use this yellow shulker. Let's drop off these things. Drop off all that stuff, and then let's grab our deepslate ores. Do we have anything in here? We have some diamond pickaxes and a couple iron pickaxes. We might should take a few of those with us when we leave. Probably take the diamond ones with us. Maybe we'll take a few of each. So let's take all of our ores. That's why we came here. We will leave the ores on display. That way when we turn this into the national park, it's there for the historical record. It's interesting at the rates that I've found these ores, but the internet says when you research it that they're rare. But then I realized that they're not that rare when you're searching in Deepslate or Lush caves that go to Deepslate level. I find them a lot, and I find them a lot just in the walls of caves that are at Deepslate level. I find them all the time. I have a bunch here, and you know, I found only like 7 or 8 of these. I really want to take that one, but I'm gonna leave it because there's not many. Like, I found 8 of them total of the emeralds. They're really beautiful. Like, that's a beautiful block, but we're gonna leave it there for the historical record, like I said. And these are just for decorational purposes only for me. I'm not using these or mining these for their ores. We're going to use these in builds. The Deepslate coal ore is very hard to find as well. I have only found a handful of those. Like a stack in less than a half. And I think the first vein I found of this had like 11 in it, 10 or 11. And then I found another one that had that many. And then another one, and I haven't found any since that cave system. That was the very first cave system that I found all of these in. So that was kind of weird. I don't understand how the ore distribution in the game works. Okay, so we are going to actually need 2 boxes to get all this out. Do we have enough room in our food box? We do. What else do we have with us in our boxes, though, that we might be able to put that into? My builder's box is full. That one is full. That one is full. My explorer's box is full. Okay. We'll put them in here. Why not? Doesn't really matter. We just need to get as much out as we can. Okay. Now, I might fill that up with this, or oh, I need to get all that out. Let's look. I don't really care about the iron. We have an iron farm. Do I want to carry a box of cobbled Deepslate back? I really do not. Put the gold in here. The copper fit in here. Let me just get another shulker. It's worth it. I haven't used the pink shulker yet, so let's do that. I didn't have 4 spaces in here, did I? No. We'll leave that here. We'll take that. We'll leave the rest here. You know, really. That's okay. That way there's some for when I come back. I would like to take some of the charcoal. That fits, yeah, I can fit a little bit of that. That way we have it on the way if we need it to smelt something. That seems like a good use for this space. Kind of like a cooking box, but not really. Oh, I still have an ore on me. Dang it. Okay, there we go. We'll just take that out. Drop that in. All is well that ends well. Let me get all this out of this shulker. And drop it. No, that's just gonna get disappeared. Well, I guess it'll get crafted. We're gonna take all this out right now. Or at least a shulker's worth. Okay, so I think we'll do one more. What do we have in personal effects that needs to go with us? I would like a few books to take with us. We need a campfire, lantern, water, lava. We'll take those apples. We'll take we'll take some wool. Take a stack or two of logs. We'll take a barrel. And that's really it. We can carry that on us. So we have 1, 2, 3, we have 4 shulkers. And if I leave these here, that leaves us room for 9, 18. Okay, let's go get some of these from over here. Over here. And see what we can pack in here. Oh, nice. We'll be able to get all of those. So, we go pink, orange, yellow, and gray. Gray can go here, that goes there. We got room for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. And there's nothing in those, so let's do this. Let's put this one down. Which is the... it doesn't matter. And let's put all this stuff. The lapis, the white wool, this. Oh, you can't install shulker. That's fine. Let's put all of that in there, and we'll put these up. Yeah. That gives us a free inventory. Maybe we'll take an extra stack of these with us. Like that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I think it's time. it's about high noon, so yeah, I think that's it. I think what we'll do is we will wait here one more night. Maybe we'll fill out our let's fill out our last journal entry. You see in the bookshelf here I have a bunch of journals that I've kept on this whole journey. So let's sit down, and you can see I wound up here at this cave on day 87 of this expedition. Not day 87 in game, but day 87 of the expedition. And I found this massive scalloped cave. The very next day, I decided to set up camp and prepared to explore. The Lush cave system proved to be extremely immense. And if I'd have found this cave system on day 1, I probably would have just mined this whole cave system for what I needed and would have been good to go. Because really, I got way more ores than I thought I would. So, as you can see on 89 through 139, I only had a few slots left to fill. And what I needed for the build that I have planned for the bridge, there's a big bridge I want to build. But I decided to keep mining and get as much as I could while I was here, since I'd already had this nice camp set up. And I decided to set the camp up a little more, and this time I would come home and come back to camp, and after mining a full inventory of shulkers, I would come back to camp, and while I was processing all the ores down and all the stone and stuff into other things, I would go work the field, go up and make some wood to make some more charcoal, things like that. On day 140, when I was exploring the cave system for amethyst geodes, I located the fortress, but my gear was already low, as you've seen, and I didn't really want to go in and risk finding something dangerous that might take me out. So, and I might lose my ender chest. That would be very bad at this point. So I decided I would explore it later. So let's go ahead and write our last journal entry. I guess it's like day 146 now, or 148. We'll just say day 145, because I didn't fill out one last night or the night before. So 141, 42, 43. Let's say it's 143. Day 143. It's finally come to an end. Today I've decided that it was time to leave this beautiful cave system and head back to my home. Expedition 12 is officially over, and the return trip begins in the morning. I have a journey ahead of almost 30,000 blocks, but I can shorten the trip by 8,000 blocks if I make it back to the logging camp where I have an active waystone. I'm well prepared, and the journey begins now. Well, that's gonna do it, guys. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you come back for the next episode.
Andy the maker, packing up the mine. 30,000 blocks a while, but I'll be fine. Spruce Forest Logging Camp, that waystone glow. One touch and I'm home where the sky farms grow. Waystone run, through the trees and the green. Deep slate in my chest,